It was supposed to be a routine check-in, just another day at his own luxury hotel. But as soon as the CEO, Derek Williams, stepped through the front doors, the atmosphere shifted. The receptionist, without hesitation, looked him up and down, then told him he'd have to wait. "The manager will assist you shortly," she said, her tone cold and dismissive. There was something off about the entire exchange. Derek, dressed in a simple suit, had been a regular visitor to his own hotel. But this time, something was different. Was this just a mistake? Or was something more sinister at play? He wasn't just a guest. He owned the place. Watch until the end to discover what happened next. Wait. A second, tell us where you're watching. From in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this, Derek. Williams had always been a man of focus, ambition, and commitment. From a young age, he had dreamed of owning his own business and had worked tirelessly to achieve it. His luxury hotel brand had flourished, becoming one of the most prestigious in the country. The hotel, a stunning property in the heart of the city, stood as a testament to his hard work, and Derek was immensely proud of it. This particular evening started like any other. Derek had finished a round of meetings and decided to stop by the hotel for a quick checkup on things. As he walked through the lobby, he greeted the staff as usual, their faces lighting up with recognition. But the moment he approached the front desk, everything changed. The receptionist, a young woman with an unapproachable air, looked him over with a judgmental gaze before speaking. Derek was taken aback. He was used to the respect and courtesy that came with being the CEO of the establishment. But today, things felt different. As he handed her his reservation, she didn't acknowledge the name on the system. Instead, she asked him to wait. Something wasn't right. As Derek stood in the waiting area, his mind raced. He glanced around the hotel lobby, but none of the usual friendly faces were there. The clock on the wall ticked by slowly, each second stretching longer than the last. He saw a few guests pass by, enjoying the luxury that his hotel provided, but he was left standing in the corner, waiting, ignored. The longer he stood there, the more the reality of the situation set in. This wasn't a simple mistake. As Derek's patience wore thin, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He approached the desk again and asked the receptionist why he had been asked to wait. She seemed startled by his question, but instead of apologizing, she merely repeated that the manager would assist him shortly. When the manager finally arrived, Derek was met with the same cold reception. The man barely made eye contact as he informed Derek that he wasn't on the guest list for the evening. This was impossible. Derek had booked the room himself, using the company's system, and the manager was aware of his identity. But the manager continued to deny him. "There's nothing I can do," he said, shrugging indifferently. Derek could feel the familiar rush of anger building inside him, but he kept his composure. He had worked too hard to let his emotions dictate his actions. Instead, he decided to make a quiet yet firm statement that would not only change his night but the entire trajectory of his hotel's future. Derek's gaze hardened as he looked at the staff before him. With a steely calmness, he turned to the manager. "You know who I am," he said quietly, but with weight. "You know what I've built. But you're choosing to disrespect me in my own hotel." The manager opened his mouth to respond, but Derek wasn't finished. "I'm the CEO of this hotel. I own it. And you've just denied me service at my own business." His voice was calm, but every word carried the fury of betrayal. As the manager stammered for an explanation, Derek reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. With a swift motion, he dialed the Human Resources Department, the hotel's head of operations and security. In moments, he had the entire team on a conference call. "Effective immediately. I'm firing the entire front desk staff," he said. "That includes you, your managers, and every person involved in this incident." The room fell silent. The receptionist's eyes widened in disbelief. The manager's face turned crimson. Derek wasn't just a businessman. He was a man who had built his empire on respect, and in that moment, he realized that his own staff had forgotten that very principle. The emotional weight of the situation hit Derek as he made the decision to overhaul his hotel's leadership. No one would be allowed to work in his company if they didn't embody respect and dignity. As Derek walked out of the hotel that evening, he didn't feel the satisfaction he thought he would. Instead, he felt the weight of the moment. His hotel would go on, and the staff that had failed him would be replaced. But the loss was deeper than just a few employees. It was a reflection of the prejudice that still lurked beneath the surface, even in a place that was supposed to embody luxury and service. In the days that followed, the hotel's news spread. People began to take notice, not just of Derek's decision, but of the deeper issue at play: racial prejudice in the workplace. His actions weren't just about a single mistake. They were about standing up against discrimination in all its forms. Derek's decision to fire the entire staff became a defining moment in his career. It sent a message that respect was non-negotiable and that racism, whether overt or subtle, would not be tolerated under his watch. And it made many people, both inside and outside the hotel industry, question how often these quiet, unnoticed injustices occurred. How many times had people like Derek been denied service or respect simply because of the color of their skin? The truth is, racism doesn't always look like the loud, violent moments we hear about. It can be the quiet ones, the ones that happen behind closed doors. And Derek wasn't going to let it slide anymore. How many more stories like this will it take before equality is more than a seat assignment? Tell me, where are you watching from? Take care.